the late-ish report, top 10 chuckles from around the globe. Opening bit, folks. You won't believe what happened this week. All right, settle down, folks. You're a beautiful crowd. Thank you for being here. What a week it's been, am I right? The world keeps spinning, the news keeps newsing, and sometimes, just sometimes, it hands us pure comedy gold. We've waded through the headlines, heroically bypassed the soul-crushing stuff, because, let's face it, your therapist is expensive enough, and cherry-picked the stories that made us do a spit-take with our morning beverage. We're talking about the kind of news that makes you say, wait, what? And then immediately text your group chat. So, buckle up, because we've got a pope with a hometown flavour, animals staging elaborate escapes, AI playing marriage counsellor, and fashion choices that'll make your eyebrows do a little dance. Let's get into it. Segment 1, Holy See, Holy Moly, the Pope's making waves and memes. First up, big news from the Vatican, folks. We've got a new Pope. And hold on to your hats, because he's American. Pope Leo XIV, who used to go by Cardinal Robert Prevost, hails from the great city of Chicago. That's right, the Windy City has blown a new leader into the Catholic Church. The second city is now the Holy See's #1 draft pick. And how did the internet react to this momentous, solemn occasion? With quiet contemplation and prayerful respect? Ha! Of course not. It went full Chicago, faster than you can say, De Bears. We're talking memes erupting like a geyser of Italian beef juice. Think deep dish communion wafers, maybe some Malort-flavoured holy water to really test your faith. The Chicago Sun-Times even slapped the Pope right on their front page. You just know the jokes were flying about whether His Holiness now officially hates the St. Louis Cardinals. Turns out he's a White Sox fan, so the man's already well-versed in praying for miracles and enduring long periods of suffering. It seems when something this significant happens, our first instinct isn't to pen a thoughtful op-ed, it's to fire up Photoshop and see how His Holiness looks in a Cubs hat. It's not about lacking reverence, it's just that in 2025, memes are the new Latin. Our own Jimmy Kimmel summed it up perfectly. An American who grew up here, watched all the shows we watched, rooted for teams, is now in Rome at the head of the church. This must have been what it felt like when they opened the first Olive Garden. It's that level of relatable seismic shift. Even Monty Python's Eric Idle got in on the cultural exchange news, reminding everyone that it was the father of. Actors Owen and Luke Wilson, who first brought Monty Python to American TV screens via Kara, Dallas's public television station. So, Texas gave us the Ministry of Silly Walks, and now Chicago gives us a pope who probably knows all the words to Sweet Home Chicago. The world is a wonderfully weird place. Of course, because it's 2025 and the internet is, well, the internet. Some MAGA influencers are already up in arms, labelling him a woke Marxist pope. Give the guy a break. He just got the keys to the Vatican. Can he at least unpack his deep fryer and find a place for his Ferris Bueller's Day Off poster before the hot takes start flying? It's fascinating, isn't it? A pope from Chicago immediately becomes this larger-than-life character in our collective imagination. He's not just a religious leader, he's the pope, probably envisioned with a glorious moustache, trading his zucchetto for a bear's cap, and decreeing that all sermons must now end with "Go Bears." It just shows how a strong regional identity can instantly create a whole comedic narrative before the man even delivers his first homily from a Portillo's catering truck. Segment 2, Animal Kingdom Antics. when nature gets weird and adorable. You know, folks, sometimes the best news stories are the ones that remind us that humans aren't the only ones capable of causing a little chaos or celebrating in style. This week, the animal kingdom truly delivered. Story 1, Alpacas on the lam at Cedar Point. They just wanted to ride the Millennium Force, folks. Over at the Cedar Point Amusement Park in Ohio, you know, the roller coaster capital of the world. Well, it was less scream if you want to go faster and more bleat if you're making a break for it. A daring trio of alpacas decided the petting zoo life was too slow and made a bold escape. They were probably tired of being petted and just wanted to experience the thrill of the maverick. And get this isn't their first rodeo or zoo-deo. Last June, a couple of camels pulled the same stunt, followed by a whole herd of goats just days later. It's starting to sound like the animals at Cedar Point are staging a furry, feathery, and fleecy version of the Great Escape. Maybe they're unionizing for better park access or shorter lines at the funnel cake stand. One park visitor, Laura Stuke Mastropaolo, captured the alpaca escapade on video and dryly noted on social media, "I think it is time to retire the Cedar Point petting farm." You think, Laura? Perhaps after the llamas start demanding season passes and their own dedicated roller coaster car, the official park line? A spokesman said the alpacas got out when a third-party operator unlocked their pen during a cleaning operation. Oh, sure, blame the temp. Classic move. I'm telling you, those alpacas are masterminds. They probably picked the lock with a cleverly bent carrot and a dream of cotton candy. Peter, ever watchful, is now calling for a federal investigation, pointing out that animals shouldn't be confined next to roaring roller coasters. They might have a point. It's probably tough to get your beauty sleep with the screams from the top thrill dragster as your nightly lullaby. The recurring nature of these escapes really makes you wonder if the animals are just seeking a bit more excitement, or perhaps they're trying to tell us something about the quality of the in-zoo entertainment. Story 2, Texas Cat's Quinceañera. 15 is the new 5 in cat years, apparently. And she's already saving more lives than some politicians. Meanwhile, down in Houston, Texas, they're celebrating milestones a little differently. A feline named Holly Marie Gonzalez just turned the big one to 5, and how did she mark the occasion? With a full-blown quinceañera, of course. We're talking a custom pink gown, a multi-layered cake fit for a queen, a grand entrance in a remote-controlled Bentley, because how else does a distinguished cat arrive? A father-daughter dance, and even a live mariachi band. The mariachis reportedly said it was their first gig for a cat, but I bet Holly tipped well in tuna. Holly's devoted owner, Miranda Gonzalez, had been dreaming of this perfect party since Holly was just a kitten, saying, "I wanted to celebrate our life together and show everyone my love for her." That's some serious dedication. My cat thinks a celebration is when I accidentally leave the treat bag open. But here's the truly heartwarming part. This lavish feline fiesta wasn't just for fun and catnip-fueled frolic. It doubled as a fundraiser for a struggling local animal rescue, almost home cat haven. And because videos of Holly's big day went viral, we're talking millions of views on TikTok, the donations poured in and saved the rescue from having to close its doors. This cat, with her Bentley and her band, has done more for charity than most reality TV stars. The internet, as you can imagine, was absolutely charmed. People couldn't get enough of the mariachis serenading Holly, her dramatic entrance, and what were described as her adorable dance moves. It's even spawned its own little merchandise cottage industry on Etsy, with items like On My Way to My Cats, Quinceañera bumper sticker, and the incredibly specific mentally unstable sticker, How dare you, the day of my cat's quinceañera. It's a testament to how much we adore our pets, treating them like the furry little divas they are, and how a bit of light-hearted absurdity can actually do a whole lot of good in the world. This cat didn't just get a party, she became a philanthropic icon. Story 3. Oklahoma cow causes highway havoc. Move over, rush hour traffic. All right, from feline fiestas to bovine blockades. Over in Oklahoma City, morning commuters on Interstate 40 got an utterly unexpected traffic report. A cow on the highway. Yes, just after 5 a.m., this four-legged traffic cone decided the eastbound lanes were the perfect place for a leisurely stroll. Imagine that call to your boss. Yeah, sorry I'm late. There was a cow. No, really. Thankfully, police reported that no vehicles struck the wandering ruminant, but it did cause significant movement issues while officers attempted to wrangle the rogue road tripper. The Oklahoma National Stockyard eventually fessed up, admitting it was one of their cattle that had made a great escape when the transport truck driver didn't back up quite close enough to the chute. Sounds like this little calf was auditioning for the fast and the furriest stockyard drift. News's Sky helicopter was the only eye in the sky capturing the drama, probably giving a whole new meaning to traffic moon-metering. The cow was eventually corralled using ropes and ratchet straps and loaded onto a trailer, apparently unharmed and, get this, already on its way to be sold. From highway hero to auction item in just a few hours, what a whirlwind day for that cow. It's just one of those wonderfully absurd moments where the pastoral world literally wanders onto the pavement of modern life, reminding us that sometimes traffic jams have hooves. Story 4. Marmot's Mountain Highway Melee. Forget road rage, we've got rodent rumbles. And if a cow on the interstate wasn't wild enough for you, how about a full-on marmot wrestling match shutting down a mountain highway? A viral video captured two of these furry little guys going at it, running, rolling, and playfully sparring right in the middle of the road, bringing traffic to a complete standstill. The truly remarkable part, the drivers just waited. No honking, no trying to shoo them away. They patiently let the marmots conclude their adorable altercation. I guess when the pre-fight entertainment is that cute, and probably less aggressive than your average commuter, you don't mind the delay. The video, posted around May 10th, exploded online, racking up over 10 million views. The social media commentary was, as always, top-notch. One viewer quipped, "I was rooting for the chubby fella on the right, but then he gave up," while another praised the patient humans, props for these humans' cars for actually stopping instead of just scaring them away. Class act. Someone else declared, "This is the only fight we should be watching on X. It's moments like these, folks, these unexpected little nature shows that make you appreciate the world." People weren't just watching animals, they were picking favourites, doing play-by-plays. It's like the world's smallest, furriest UFC match, and everyone had a front-row seat, courtesy of a traffic jam. Segment 3. Tech No Logic. When AI gets a little too human for its own good. ChatGPT predicts affair via coffee grounds, leads to divorce. Honey, the chatbot says you're cheating, and also that we're out of milk. All right, folks, this next one is a doozy. It's a tale of love, betrayal, and artificial intelligence reading coffee grounds? You heard me right. A woman in Greece reportedly filed for divorce from her husband of 12 years after the ever-so-wise ChatGPT analysed a photo of his coffee cup and declared he was having an affair. Forget private investigators, we've got AI tassiography now. Apparently she's a fan of trendy things, according to her soon-to-be ex-husband, and had previously spent a year following an astrologer's predictions. So she snapped pics of the coffee dregs, uploaded them, and asked ChatGPT for a reading. The AI, in its infinite digital wisdom, supposedly saw signs that her husband was fantasizing about a woman whose name began with E, and that this mysterious E was out to destroy their family. The husband, understandably, laughed it off as nonsense. She did not. She told him to pack his bags and called her lawyer. The best part? ChatGPT itself, when pressed, allegedly responded, "As an AI language model, I cannot read coffee cups, but your question was emotionally intriguing. It's like your GPS saying, I can't actually see the road, but your desire to reach Albuquerque is fascinating." The story naturally went viral, spawning a whole host of memes. My personal favourites include, "So ChatGPT is now a homewrecker? That's it, I'm switching to tea, and my wife asked ChatGPT if I was loyal. It asked if she had a pet name starting with L. Ripe me." Even actual professional coffee ground readers chimed in, pointing out that you can't just snap a photo of the sludge, there are foam patterns and saucer swirls to consider. Details, schmeetails, when an algorithm has already signed your divorce papers. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? We're so eager for answers, we'll ask a machine that literally tells us it can't give us the answer, and then we'll upend our lives based on its emotionally intriguing guess. Maybe AI isn't replacing jobs, it's just creating new reasons for lawyers to get them. Segment 4, meanwhile on planet Earth, humans being human. And now for a segment we call Humans Being Human, where we look at the wonderfully weird things people get up to. Story 1. Urvashi Rautella's parrot clutch at Cannes. Is it fashion, or did a very expensive bird escape from a very fancy zoo? The Cannes Film Festival kicked off, and Bollywood actress Urvashi Rautela certainly made an impression on May 13th. She graced the red carpet in a dramatic gown, a tiara, but the real scene stealer, the accessory that had everyone squawking, was a crystal-studded, parrot-shaped clutch by Judith Lieber. The price tag, a cool $5,495. For that kind of money, that parrot better be able to fetch your dry cleaning and offer stock tips. The internet, of course, had a field day. Social media influencer Diet Sabia posted pictures, and the comments section lit up like a Christmas tree. One user hilariously described the look as Moulin Rouge meets Mayal Vihar realness. Another pondered, is it a satire on camp? And a personal favourite, Urvashi Devi, ready for Jagran. Over on X, the reactions were just as pointed. Someone please tell Urvashi Rautela that she's at Cannes, not Comic-Con, one user tweeted. Another chimed in, first woman to go to Cannes Film Festival with the look of Jadugar Jogya Sarkar. That's Magician Lord for the uninitiated. Even social media personality Ori weighed in, declaring she slayed, but noted the only thing missing is the Rolex. It's clear that in today's world, red carpet fashion isn't just about looking good, it's about launching 1,000 memes. The more outlandish, the better the engagement, and the more diverse the cultural interpretations. Like our Indian friends bringing their unique comedic lens to a global event. Story 2. Trump's quirky Oreo demand for his plane. Forget national security. The real crisis is if they only stock golden Oreos. Let's hop in the Wayback Machine for a moment to the early 2010s. Donald Trump was getting his private Boeing 757 spruced up. You know, the one his supporters affectionately called Trump Force One. Amidst the requests for gold finishes and enormous TVs, there was one particularly, shall we say, specific demand. Aircraft interior designer Eric Roth, in a Forbes interview that surfaced around May 13th or 14th, 2025, recalled that Trump insisted on a special area in the plane's galley dedicated exclusively to Oreo cookies. Roth, probably thinking about rare antiquities or perhaps a Fabergé egg compartment, asked, "Mr. Trump, really?" And Trump's profound, deeply considered response, "I love Oreos." Well, you can't argue with that kind of passion. Roth also mentioned that Trump was incredibly hands-on with the $37 million redesign, personally overseeing details. One can only assume he was ensuring the Oreo drawer had the perfect soft close mechanism and was, of course, gold-plated. It's these little humanizing quirks, isn't it? A multi-million-dollar jet, and the priority is the cookie stash. It's almost relatable. If your idea of relatable involves a dedicated cookie compartment on a Boeing, the timing of this tasty tidbit coming out now, amidst all the talk about a certain Qatari jet, just adds another layer of flavour to the whole situation. Story 3. National Dance Like a Chicken Day. Finally, a holiday where my signature dance move is not only accepted, but encouraged. Get your wings ready, folks, because May 14th was the officially unofficial national dance like a chicken day. Yes, you heard that right. A whole day dedicated to flapping your arms, wiggling your hips, and clucking your way across the dance floor to that unforgettable Oompa tune. And here's a fun fact to impress your friends at your next wedding reception. The song actually started life in Switzerland in the 1950s as Der Antantanz, the duck dance, and was apparently a popular drinking song at Oktoberfest. It only morphed into the chicken dance in the good old USA in the 1970s, possibly because a German band couldn't find a duck costume for a TV gig and had to improvise with a chicken suit. The course of dance history forever altered by a costume emergency. It just goes to show how these cultural touchstones can have the most wonderfully random origins. In 2010, the longest chicken dance line ever recorded stretched over 1.6 miles in North Dakota. That's a lot of collective poultry-inspired choreography. So, if you missed it this year, don't worry. You've got a whole year to perfect your beak-making, wing-flapping and tail feather shaking. It's the one day a year where looking utterly ridiculous is not just allowed, it's the whole point. And isn't that what we all need a little more of? Story 4. Kentucky kid's accidental 70,000 sucker order. He's either planning the world's stickiest carnival or trying to single-handedly keep the dentist industry afloat. Over in Lexington, Kentucky, one mom got a delivery that was less special delivery and more special emergency. 30 cases of Dum-Dums lollipops, that's roughly 70,000 suckers, folks, landed on her doorstep. The culprit? Her 8-year-old son, Liam. While playing on his mom's phone, young Liam, who has some developmental delays, apparently decided to go on an Amazon shopping spree. The grand total for this mountain of sugary goodness? About $4,200. Liam's explanation was adorable He told his mom he wanted to have a carnival and was ordering the dum-dums as prizes for his friends. He was just trying to be the most popular kid on the block, albeit with a slightly flawed understanding of parental credit card limits. Mum, Holly Lefavre's, understandably just about fainted when she saw the charge. To add a little extra chaos to the mix, 8 of the cases were initially missing, leading to a fun-filled trip to the post office. Thankfully, after the story made the local news, Amazon, perhaps fearing a global dum-dum shortage or just feeling a pang of sympathy, agreed to refund the entire purchase. Holly wisely mentioned she's updating her phone settings. Good call, Holly. Maybe a password that isn't lollipop. It's a modern-day parable, really. The innocent intentions of a child versus the terrifying ease of one-click ordering, and the power of a good, bizarre news story to get a corporation to say, OK, fine, you can send back the 70,000 lollipops. Story 5. New Zealand's feijoa frenzy, the free fruit that's causing a stir. It's the only fruit that comes with its own social network. And finally, let's head down under to New Zealand, where it's currently feijoa season. Now, if you're like me, you're probably thinking, feijoa. Apparently, this green, perfumed, oval-shaped fruit, also known as the pineapple guava, is the unofficial national fruit of New Zealand. Move over, Kiwi. There's a new fruit obsession in town. The truly hilarious part is the feijoa economy. During autumn, these things fall from backyard trees in such abundance that Kiwis just give them away. For free. We're talking boxes outside homes, piles in office break rooms, offers on neighbourhood Facebook groups. Some New Zealanders apparently take great pride in never having actually paid for a feijoa. Can you imagine that happening with avocados here? There'd be riots. One Wellington local, Diana Ward Pickering, confessed to giving away thousands of feijoas from her 5 trees this season alone, to neighbours, co-workers, and even, get this, her daughter's eyelash technician. That eyelash tech is living the dream, perfect lashes and a lifetime supply of controversial fruit. Because, you see, not everyone is a fan. While devotees praise its distinctive texture, flavour and smell, others describe it as gritty, soapy or sour. Miss Ward Pickering's own daughter, Lizzie, delivered the brutal assessment, it's giving snot. Ouch. Family fruit feuds are the best. It's this very divisiveness, this passionate love-it-or-hate-it relationship that makes the feijoa more than just a piece of produce. It's a cultural talking point, a quirky symbol of Kiwi life, all built on a foundation of surprising generosity. Closing bit, stay laughing, folks. And that's our show for tonight, folks. Remember, whether your coffee grounds are predicting marital doom, your local alpacas are plotting a theme park takeover, or you're just trying to master the chicken dance without looking like you've actually become a chicken, the world is a wonderfully weird place. Keep laughing, it's the best way to deal with, well, all of this. Good night, everybody. Stay safe and try not to order 70,000 of anything online unless you really mean it.